Hello and welcome. We're back in Genesis chapter 29, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the chapter heading. Jacob meets Rachel at the well. He serves Laban 10 years for her. Laban gives Jacob first Leah, then Rachel in marriage. Jacob serves another 7 years. Leah bears Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah. Verse 1. Then Jacob went on his journey and came into the land of the people of the east. Verse 2. And he looked, and behold, a well in the field, and lo, there were three flocks of sheep lying by it. For out of that well they watered the flocks, and a great stone was upon the well's mouth. Verse 3. And thither were all the flocks gathered, and they rolled the stone from the well's mouth, and watered the sheep, and put the stone again upon the well's mouth in his place. Verse 4. And Jacob said unto them, My brethren, whence be ye? And they said, Of Haran are we. Verse 5. And he said unto them, Know ye of Laban the son of Nahor? And they said, We know him. Verse 6. And he said unto him, Is he well? And they said, He is well. And behold, Rachel his daughter cometh with the sheep. Verse 7. And he said, Lo, it is yet high day, yet neither is it time that the cattle should be gathered together. Water ye the sheep, and go and feed them. Verse 8. And they said, We cannot until all the flocks be gathered together, until they roll the stone from the well's mouth. Then we water the sheep. Verse 9. And while he yet spake with them, Rachel came with her father's sheep, for she kept them. Verse 10. And it came to pass, when Jacob saw Rachel the daughter of Laban his mother's brother, and the sheep of Laban were his mother's brother, that Jacob went near, and rolled the stone from the well's mouth, and watered the flock of Laban his mother's brother. And Jacob kissed Rachel, and lifted up his voice, and wept. Verse 12. And Jacob told Rachel that he was her father's brother, and he was Rebekah's son. And she ran and told her father. Verse 13. And it came to pass, when Laban heard the tidings of Jacob his sister's son, that he ran to meet him, and embraced him, and kissed him, and brought him to his house. And he told Laban all these things. Verse 14. And Laban said to him, Surely thou art my bone and my flesh. And he abode with him the space of a month. Verse 15. And Laban said unto Jacob, Because thou art my brother, shouldest thou therefore serve me for naught? Tell me, what shall thy wages be? Verse 16. And Laban had 2 daughters. The name of the elder was Leah, and the name of the younger was Rachel. Verse 17. Leah was tender-eyed, but Rachel was beautiful and well-favored. I always laugh at this description in verse 17. Leah was tender-eyed, but Rachel was beautiful and well-favored. I feel like if a woman has tender eyes, they're beautiful. So, anyways. Verse 18. And Jacob loved Rachel, and said, I will serve thee 7 years for Rachel thy younger daughter. Verse 19. And Laban said, It is better that I should give her to thee, than that I should give her to another man. Abide with me. Verse 20. And Jacob served 7 years for Rachel, and they seemed unto him but a few days, for the love he had to her. Verse 21. And Jacob said unto Laban, Give me my wife, for my days are fulfilled, that I may go in unto her. Verse 22. And Laban gathered together all the men of his place, and he made a feast. Verse 23. And it came to pass in the evening that he took Leah his daughter, and brought her to him, and he went in unto her. Verse 24. And Laban gave unto his daughter Leah Zilpah his maid for an handmaid. Verse 25. And it came to pass that in the morning, behold, it was Leah, and he said unto Laban, What is this that thou hast done unto me? Did I not serve with thee for Rachel? Wherefore then hast thou beguiled me? Verse 26. And Laban said, It must not be so done in our country, to give the younger before the firstborn. Verse 27. Fulfill her week, and we will give thee also for the service which thou hast served with me yet 7 other years. Oh, wow. So that's actually really kind of Laban. Laban saying, fulfill, like, do all of Rachel's chores for a week, and we will fulfill another 7 years of service for the week of fulfillment. In verse 28, and Jacob did so and fulfilled her week, and he gave him Rachel his daughter Rachel his daughter to wife also. Verse 29, and Laban gave to Rachel his daughter Bilhah for his handmaid to be her maid. Verse 30, and he went in also unto Rachel, and he loved also Rachel more than Leah, and he served with him yet 7 other years. That's interesting. Yeah, he served another 7 years, and I think he did it out of love. But yeah, he served 14 years for those 2 wives. Verse 31. And when the Lord saw that Leah was hated, he opened her womb, but Rachel was barren. Verse 32. And Leah conceived and bare a son, and she called his name Reuben. For she said, surely the Lord hath looked upon my affliction. Now therefore my husband will love me. Verse 33. And she conceived again, and bare a son, and said, because the Lord hath heard that I was hated, he hath therefore given me this son also. And she called his name Simeon. Verse 34. And she conceived again, and bare a son, and now this time will my husband be joined unto me, because I have borne him 3 sons. Therefore was his name called Levi. Verse 35. And she conceived again, and bare a son, and she said, now will I praise the Lord. Therefore she called his name Judah, and left bearing. So that was the end of Genesis chapter 29. We're going to head into Genesis chapter 30. But Genesis chapter 29 was a good chapter. I love this chapter. It's one of my favorite chapters because it shows Jacob's love for his wife Rachel. And he could have loved Leah more. I think everyone's gonna have their bias, and Rachel was more fair, and so maybe that's the trick, is that Rachel was more beautiful, and so he loved Rachel more just because she was more beautiful, which sounds terrible, but yeah, it's a good chapter. Genesis chapter 29 is a good chapter. And we're going to head into Genesis chapter 30. So thank you for watching. We're going to head into